The City of Richland recently released results from its 2011 community survey, and it was no surprise that we ranked high in several areas pertaining to public safety and quality of life. 94% of citizens said safety in their neighborhood is good to excellent, and 96% said the city is a good to excellent place to live. The Richland Police Department does a fantastic job of enforcing the law and keeping residents safe from crime, and when they released their 2011 crime statistics, their numbers confirmed what we already know. Richland truly is a safe place to live, work, and play.
The crime statistics do reveal Richland is a safe community, but they also show dramatic increases in certain criminal activities. The department uses the statistical data to help determine the level of criminal activity in our community, and the information is also important in their policing strategies. The statistics reveal that 71% increase in burglary and a 43% increase in theft. And as Chief Skinner points out, those areas will be the department's top priorities in 2012.
Our statistics in Richland here are really driven by our thefts. Richland is not a violent city. Our violent crime rate is held very, very steady and is very, very low. And so it's a very safe city with regards to violent crime. So really what we take a look at is our thefts. And in 2011 we saw a fairly significant increase in thefts, and more specifically in some burglaries, and our car prowls or entering into motor vehicles seem to be really on the rise. And so we're starting to take a look at some strategies of what we need to do to try and get those numbers down, trying to identify who might be committing these crimes and make those arrests when appropriate. One of the things that's really important for people to do is understand what their role is in helping us try and deter and prevent crime. And we will certainly are doing our best to deploy a good strategy, a good policing strategy to make sure those things aren't happening, but the community can come alongside of us and really help us out. What we were seeing is in our car prowls, for instance, or the thefts from the motor vehicle, upwards of 70 to 75% of all those crimes that were being committed on unlocked cars. And so the community can really come alongside us and just make sure their vehicles are locked, make sure valuables are out of plain sight, leave valuables at home or lock them in the trunk, or at least get them out of plain sight so that it's not enticing for a criminal to be able to check that door and see if it's unlocked and enter into that motor vehicle. And then specifically with burglaries, what we were finding is a good percentage of our burglaries, or what we classify as a burglary, were from open garage doors. It really is a crime of opportunity for somebody that's walking by, sees an open garage door, can very quickly just sneak into the garage, grab a few items or a few belongings, sneak out of that garage without anybody even knowing it's occurred. The next morning you find those things missing and you call the police, and technically it's burglary because they entered into that garage, which is attached to the dwelling, and it becomes a serious offense. And so, while we really want to make sure we emphasize this partnership with the community, part of that partnership with the community is just recognizing some things that maybe they can do to help us out as we try and kind of stem the tide and get a downward trend of our thefts here in the city of Richland. We're talking about a safe community statistically, and generally speaking, is there a feeling of safety, or what is the perception of safety from our community? And I think that, number one, we do have a safe community. Like I said earlier, our violent crime is very low here. It's a very safe community to live, work, and play in. We are working on the strategies around our thefts, and we're going to take care of that. But more importantly, I think people feel like this is a great place to raise a family, it's a great place to live and work, and a great place to be out in the community enjoying all the amenities. And I got to tell you, coming from the Portland metro area, there are some serious challenges out there that go along with being in a metropolitan area that, while here in Richland we need to pay attention to, certainly we do not want to be complacent in how we deal with criminal activity. That comparatively speaking, this is a fantastic place to be and to raise a family.
The Richland Police Department captures statistics a little differently than other jurisdictions. In all cases, if a crime was attempted but not actually committed, we are recording that event. The Richland Police Department believes that any attempted crime that shows specific intent is in fact statistically important, and capturing attempts accurately represents the criminal activity in our community.